Megavanon everybody, and welcome to the stream. My name is Talisian. There you are, and here I am, and today on Fantasy Friday, we are doing Hello Kitty Island Adventures. That's right. No, we're doing Lord of the Rings Online. How is everybody doing today? I hope everyone is doing well. Let me go ahead and get this set up. There we go. There we go. Now we're set. I hope everyone's doing well today. Welcome. Friday's finally here. It's the end of the week. The Yuletide Festival has started in Lord of the Rings Online, going through the beginning of January. And I'm not going to be doing that today. I will be doing a stream for that later on. Because I actually like the Yule Festival. It's kind of neat. So we'll be doing that on another stream later on before the end of the festival. But let me fix this here a little bit. There we go. See me a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get into game. Now, there is some news that I do want to share. The biggest news, honestly, is the store sales. I know Cordovan had his Court of the Rings today, which I do appreciate very much. But unfortunately, I have not had a chance to see it yet, so I don't know of any other news to report just offhand. But I do have the store sales handy. This is week 2 of the 4 weeks of Yuletide savings. There's a sale for skirmish items, large carryalls, and profession slot unlocks through December the 18th. Also new in the LOTRO store is the Deep Places Memoir Pack, which has Memoirs of Moria and Isengard cosmetics, including all 8 Moria cosmetic cloaks, now through January 1st. There's 85% off select expansions, Mordor, War of the Three Peaks, Before the Shadow, Corsairs of Umbar, and Legacy of Morgoth. Mind you, the Before the Shadow is free to everybody, so anything that's in the sale is just the extra things over and above just the quest pack. And make your piece of Middle-earth shine. 30% off housing decorations, housing sets, and cloaks through December the 18th. And there's a weekly coupon for a gold die. Coupon gold is Gift of Gold. One word, now through December the 18th. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get started here. Looking at the calendar, as I mentioned, the Yule Festival has started. That is going through the beginning of January. LI Reward Track 16 is now live. And the 18th anniversary gift, if you have not received it as of yet. As you can see, the Yule Festival is here. Visit the delightful land of Frost Bluff, where all things winter and all things special are happening. Come quickly. We will finish that now, so I will hold on to the Yule Festival banner, because we will do that another time. I don't need to do it right now, so I'll just move that to storage, and I'll save it. And winter seasonal instances have arrived, too. There are some seasonal instances that you can find under the instance finder, which is right here. And the seasonal instances, let's see if I can find them really quick. Let's minus this here. Seasonal. For the Yule Festival, there is the Boss from the Vaults, Storvagun, and Yule, the Battle at Falsbruff. Those 2 instances are now available. But last things last. Every day is a Hobbit's birthday, and because it's a Hobbit's birthday, we are the fortunate ones to get the presents, and it looks like today I have a gold present available, so we'll find out what that is. And through beginning of January, the Yule presents are up, so you'll be able to get some of the Yuletide gifts through these Hobbit gifts as well. So let's see what I got here. The silver gift, 50 virtue XP and 1 gold piece worth of copper scraps. And for the gold gift, 400 virtue XP and 5x rare crafting components. Select a stack of 5 rare crafting components from crafting tier 2 through tier 14. Oh, I could definitely use those. Definitely. Let me use those. Ooh, and I just made my empathy trait go up to 31. We will go ahead and open up in shared storage. We will go ahead and put the rare crafting components in with my mats. And we will go ahead and put the gold the bags of silver. We'll put the bag of copper coins in with the rest of the bags of copper coins. There we go. Now, at the end of last session, we've been adventuring the world. Hey, Descardo, how you doing, my friend? Hey, did you enjoy the Game Awards last night? By the way, the Game Awards last night were awesome. I watched them online. Lots of great news. If you're a Diablo fan, if you're an indie fan, if you're a first-person shooter fan, if you're an RPG fan, there was lots of great news at the Game Awards last night. Some of the stuff I'm looking forward to is part of it's already out. The Diablo 4 expansion, which included the Paladin class, is now out. But there were a number of games that I saw there that looked really good during the Game Awards, and I'm looking forward to in the next year. Some of the stuff may actually end up on the stream. We'll have to see how that goes. Yes, lots of info. And I posted some infos and a lot of links on my Discord if you're interested. Link is down below if you follow along. So, and we talk about all sorts of things. We talk about LOTRO, we talk about Star Wars, we talk about Diablo, we talk about Path of Exile, we talk about other things too. So if you're interested in talking about those, have things to share, want to be part of a good community that's just starting to grow, come join me on my Discord server. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We are currently in Harwick, in Rohan, and I have a number of quests that I'm working on right now. Looks like we are heading to the south and also up here to the north as well. The tracker, that is up there toward the Great River in the Norcross. Yours Hollow and Floodwend is down here. Norcross is over here. And Floodwend is down here. That's where the next main story quest is. So we're just going to start heading ourselves south, killing a few mobs along the way because I'm still working on crafting supplies, still working on mats and other things like that. So we'll go ahead and start working on that. So we'll start making our way down to, whoa, I don't think I want to go that way. We want to go down this way. Nope, there we go. That's where we want to go, that way. Come on, there we go. Like I said, I'm still not used to, what's this? There's a quest there? Oh, did I miss a quest in... Oh, I did miss a quest. There's another quest down here in the Harwick camp. Let's go ahead and take a look at that quest real quick. Oh, it looks like the refugee camp. They've all moved into the new house that I got them. Oh, that's good. That was also part of the questing that I did on the last stream. I had ended up getting banished from Harwick, but I ended up earning the good graces of Harwick and finding the refugees of Langford a place to live. But it looks like Burnoth, son of Balgeg, has a quest for me. So let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Hail and well met, Hunter. So you've come recently yourself out of the north? Perhaps you've encountered the Easterlings, my companion Hutha warned of? The Kundalor, they say, are descended from the terrible horde that descended upon the fields of Celebrant in the days of Cirion, steward of Gondor. You're the young led the ancestors of our people to the field and answered to Cirion's call for aid and won the day. As a reward for his service and friendship, all the lands of Kellenhorn were given to the Eorl and his people, and he became known as Rohan. Now, with these Easterlings threatening our borders once more, my companions and I seek to warn the Reeds of Eastmet of the impending invasion and encourage them to muster for war. Our final destination is, of course, Edoras. For now, we have a task to complete. Perhaps you'll be mine to lend us your aid? Absolutely. Quest is called The Riders 4. There is much to tell. Ooh, this is an instance. It's a travel now.
We were dispatched by Lord Aylmer to harry the orcs roving the plains of the Mark. But what we discovered in the Brown Lands was truly terrifying. Now we ride through the Easternet, on our way to Edoras, warning the Rees of the Easterling horde marching upon them.
I did some questing in the Brownlands a few streams ago, and yes, the stuff there was very harrowing. We had actually found the remnants of a Nazgul and his gaunt rider, or gaunt ride, and had to. Unfortunately, Nona was injured by it and had to get her some help. All right, so let's see what's going on here. We need to start by We need to talk to these 4 people first off. We'll talk to Burnoff, the son of Baldeg, first.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Aye, Shantrantra. My road has not been an easy one. My father Baldeg is a high-ranking retainer, the employee of the Thane Sparthahawk of Fenmarch. My dream was to become a great warrior, but my father would have none of it. Instead, he pushed me into more peaceful pursuits, such as harp playing and storytelling. Nevertheless, I found the ways of training in arms, and by my 16th summer I had proven myself to hunting and slaying a small patrol of orc scouts. Begrudgingly, my father allowed me to become Thane Sparthawk Squire, and 3 years ago I found myself in Aldburg as a retainer of Lord Eomer. The word came of the troubles of the orcs out of the east. Well, east wall, Lord Eomer offered me a small command and a mission to harry the forces of the enemy while the Reeds could muster their strength. We met Hutha at the northern borders of the Wold, and he brought word of his cousin Twigga at Ithelberg and chilled our hearts, and drove us south on this, our most urgent errand. He used to speak with Hutha. He can speak more details of Twigga's tidings. All right, so we'll talk to Uthra first. Or where is Hutha? There he is. Hutha, son of Hengist.
Will you aid the horse lords?
The young archer eyes you a little suspiciously. You wish to speak with me? Ah, Bernhoff sent you then. So be it. I must beg your pardon for my suspicion. It is not my nature, truly. My father, Hengist, was the chief knight of Thane Elda Apherion, though he has been dead these many years, slain by orcs. My father and brothers are very large and strong, traits I did not clearly inherit, and the other children teased me mercilessly. Thankfully, my dear brothers were also defenders. Alas for my father, for he would have given anything for me, like my brothers, to follow in the footsteps of the Helm or Eorl, but I honored a man of a very distant relation to Mor, Bard of Dale, who slew Smaug the Golden. When I was 10 summers, I could feather quail in flight from 100 paces. By 12, I could do the same and splinter my first arrow within a second the bird hit the ground. My skill came to the attention of Lord Eomer, and I was summoned to Aldburg at the age of 15, where I spent my last 7 years in his service. I left Aldburg with Bernhoff, Lethrag, and Ulf. I was quickly dispatched to scout ahead. Besides the orcs, I heard rumors of threats from beyond Rohan's borders. I went at once to Ethelberg in the Brownlands and spoke with my cousin Twigga. He told me of a great force of Easterlings coming down from the cliffs to invade Rohan. I immediately sought out Bernhoff in the Wold and delivered Twigga's message. We determined then to ride through the Eastmanet and warn the Reeves of the coming invasion. Harwick is our first destination, and I fear we will meet with little success here. So we will talk to Leofdag next. There he is. No. There he is.
Thank you for your help.
Leofdag eyes you warmly. Few care to know my tale, for it is one of shame. But I know it. But if know it, you must. My beginnings were humble. My father Windadag was a farmer in the fields of the Sucrofts, and I was born to be the same. However, fate would have it otherwise. My father had answered Eoman of Aldburg's call to arms, and in glorious battles saved the Thane's life. As reward, Eoman granted my father's request for me to be squire to one of his retainers, and so I trained beneath Garthorn, a fierce warrior and master of the spear. That is where my shame began. One dark day I rode forth from Alderburg in the company of Eoman and a handful of his knights. Eoman wished to pursue a band of orcs that had come down out of the east wall not far from my father's croft. That proved his undoing and mine. Our numbers proved too small, and the orcs overwhelmed us. I was the only man among us to survive, though I was wounded trying to save my Thane. In shame, I returned to Alderburg, bearing Eoman's body upon my own horse. Garthorn exiled me to the settlement of Stangard in Yolsmith for 2 years, and even when I returned, he would have nothing to do with me. I considered surrendering my spurs and returning to my father's croft, but I could not bear to face my younger brothers. And Eomer, Eoman's son, still valued my spear and my friendship, and there were other reasons to stay that surpassed all others. Bernhoff as well saw past my shame and became my captain. To death I would follow him, if to renew my honor. Now you know my shame. Do not ask me of it again. That is a shame.
You did very well.
Ulf stares at you darkly, though uncertain whether to speak or fight. My own past, stranger, but for Bernard's sake, I will speak a little of it. Know that I will only speak of Ulf the Reaver, the one who existed before him no longer exists. For the first 5 years from my time of birth, I wandered Rohan, hiring my axe out to anyone who needed heads hewn, whether it be orc or Dunlending. One eve, after slaying a party of orcs out of the Misty Mountains while I lay sleeping among their corpses at the foot of one of the Argonath, I was awakened by Lord Irma. He offered me a place among his retainers. Weary of wandering, I accepted and dwelt there for many years. But I became restless once more. I had not spilt the blood of my foes for a long time. When Captain Burnoff offered me an opportunity to kill orcs, I could not refuse. So here I am. The promise of my axe will drink more deeply, still before the end. Boy, all 4 of them have very interesting stories.
What brings you to these lands?
There is much more to tell, but not enough time for it. Perhaps another time we may speak more freely. For honor and glory. Return to me later, and we will speak more. Those 4 riders all have a lot to hold. They all have a lot of stories.
What brings you to these lands?
Do you understand now somewhat of what the Rohirrim and our mission? We are a close people and do not oft trust outsiders, but you seem a good sort.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
The Reeve of the Wold. For a stranger to these lands, you seem to have some freedom to move about. That speaks highly of you. Perhaps you could be assistants to me and my companions. We have been trying to secure an audience with Aldor Harding, but he refuses to speak with us. There's no doubt that he knows already the Easterlings upon his threshold, for his men have engaged with them, but he knows not their true strength as we do. Will you go to the mead hall and speak with the Aldor? Perhaps he will listen to the warnings of one who has been further abroad. I hear you have already seen him. I can do that. And I've already gained 2,000 reputation and become a friend to the Wold. All you've done within the bounds of the Wold has made folk who live within its bounds friendly to you. I now have a title Friend of the Wold and 10 LOTRO points. That's a good start. Well, good. That'll give me something, because I need to pick up one of those large carry-alls for 35% off. That'll help. Okay, so he wants me to go talk to the Reeve real quick. So I'll talk to Aldor Harding and see what I can find out. But I think I'll take my horse this time instead of my war horse. Aldor of Eastmanet and Reeve of the Wold.
I do not believe you will find welcome here.
Harding sighs. I know what message you would deliver on behalf of Burnoth and his riders, and it is futile. The strength of the Kundalar is not unknown to me. Already I prepare to defend the Eastmanet from their advance, and I will die defending Rohan. In truth, I know this, for I have seen the omens. Go now, and leave me to my work. All right. Well, maybe I can help them then. Yeah, I got one of those. I was waiting for a sale. Yep. Yeah, I have two. I went ahead and splurged for a medium one, but I could really use the large one, large crafting one for my cook. So I'll probably go ahead and spring for that. That'll take a big burden off of her inventory, so I'll have plenty of room for the rest of the way through.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
You say Aldor Harding believes he will die at the hands of the Kundlar Easterlings because of potency is claimed to seen? Then we have a difficult task ahead of us.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
It seems to me that we must prove the Aldor wrong if we are to impress reason upon him. We must show him that a man can make his own fate. Not far from here, we came across an encampment of Easterlings. I'm confident we can overcome them, despite their greater number. If we can accomplish this, then perhaps Harding will see reason and know that he can change his own fate. Hopefully, he will send his people to safety, though he remains to shore up his defenses. Will you ride with us against the Kundalar? If so, let me know when you're ready, and we will depart. I will do that, but I'm going to go ahead and buff up first. This might be one of those quests where I'm going to be required to be on horseback. War horseback. So I will go ahead and get ready for that. Let us away then, and may Harding's fate change in the face of our fury.
Aldor Harding is convinced that he will die to an Easterling blade. It has become our task to prove that men make their own fates. My companions and I will face the blades of the Easterlings, and we will prove victorious.
Hawk to burn off all of the Riders 4 must survive. That's the big idea here for this instance. All 4 of them must survive.
Our mission is dire.
Here we will show fate for the fraud that it is. For honor and glory, let us ride. Oh, I'm at the wall, at the wall's end there. Looks like we defeated him and all 4 of them survived. Oh. The leader. Got him. And all 4 of the riders survived. Let me go ahead and fix something here real quick. You move escort vitals 4 there. Let's do escort vitals 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's do that. There we go. There they are.
Our mission is dire.
Our task is done and victory is ours. Neither Orc nor the East will overshadow Rohan. Let us return now to Harwick. I probably could have done that quest. Thank you. Thank you very much. I probably could have done that quest just off of horseback, but I wanted to try it and see how well I would do. Honestly, since the 64-bit server changeover, a lot of the Warhorse stuff is really a lot more playable. But honestly, I'll say this: the real test will be once we get a little farther along in the story. I'll be very curious as to see how well, once we get to Minas Tirith, and the Battle of Pelennor Fields, how well it goes then.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Well done, my friend. A decisive victory should make it clear that the Kundala are no match for a battle-ready Diord. Aldor Harding will have no choice but to heed our warning. Let's see here. Medium armor, 270. Huge agility buff, lose that. Huge agility buff, lose a little bit of vitality. Lose crit defense. We'll grab it. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it, but we'll grab it.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Oh, I definitely agree. And I have a fairly beefy PC, so that definitely helps. But like I said, though, I'll be very curious how Minas Tirith goes once we get there. Also, Illithin, too. There's some areas in Illithin right before then that'll be very interesting, too. It is no wonder, my friend, that you are welcome throughout these lands. Your display of arms today was unparalleled. Today we have proven that we determine our own fates. Go to the Aldor, if you will, and relate to him the tale of a glorious battle, the odds we overcame. Perhaps then he will see reason and send the women and children to Edoras or Dunharrow. My companions and I cannot wait for your return. We must be at once at off for Cliving and the Mead Hall for Aethelward. Farewell, my friend. Well, good. I'm glad I was able to work with them. But, easier for me to use one of the regular mounts when I'm going through town. See how that looks. Too bad. The Grey Company gloves are better, though. I like my Grey Company outfit.
Believe you will find welcome here.
You relate your tale of your battle against the Easterlings to Harding, and he nods, impressed. You acquitted yourself well, but that was your fate. Mine is to die at the hands of the Easterlings while defending the people of the Eastmenet. This cannot be changed. I'm afraid that your efforts, as I told you before, were in vain. That is indeed a shame. He wants to be that way, and there's nothing more that I can do. All right. Well, now my path is certain. We need to head onward. There's nothing more for me to accomplish here in Harwick. So we'll start heading a little deeper into the Wold and see what I can find out. Yep, we'll head due south. We'll pass by that campsite that I was at, and then we'll head near Eorl's Hollow. Right down here, which is that report to Twickenburg? Yes, that is report to Twickenburg. Find Sergeant Tildak at Twickenburg, so that's where we're going to head next. And of course, we'll go ahead and harvest along the way and kill a few other mobs and stuff that we find. I like that Rittermark Skarn deposit right there. I could definitely use that. You know, for an older game, the graphics are really not all that bad. And I'm not even running with everything maxed out. I tend to not like to use a lot of the frills. Let's get that pack leader. Here we go. We're almost at Twickenburg. They need to speak to Sergeant Tildeck. There he is right there. Tidlack.
Greetings, friend of the Rohirrim.
I am glad you arrived when you did. I have only enough warriors to keep this post secure and scout the road ahead to port back to Captain Egelman, but we lack the ability to keep the road safe. You look hardier than most warriors I see these days. Perhaps you can help keep the road safe by tackling the source of the problems, eh? We have trouble brewing just north of here.
Hail, friend. May I have a moment of your time?
The source of the corruption. Just over the ridge north of this fort is a bog where the creatures seem different than they were a month or two ago. Something is affecting this swamp, and I suspect it has to do with an old cave around there, the Woldcroft. This cave has always been empty and quiet, but felt like a hallowed ground from before my time. I worried something wicked is happening in there, so I sent one of my men out to investigate, but he has not returned. Will you look for him? Yes, I will. Remote quest, Warband Handrun. Let's go ahead and take him out, too. Is he down there, Warband Handrun? Yes. I love trying to take out these warbands because they always give nice loot. I'm closing in on him. Less than 100 meters. All right, he's within sight. Where is he? Oh, there's another row band right there, too. Okay. Somewhere in this area. Well, I got something else to deal with first. I'll take those two tattered shadows and smile. Okay, now where is... Ah, there he is. Got him. And I also picked up Warg, Slayer of the Eastmenet. Wargs in the Eastmenet of Rohan seem to be stronger and more brutal than those in other lands, the open plains fueling their speed and power. The horrifying tales of the warg known as Handrun are now ending. The people of Rohan appreciate your efforts. Blue box of Wold spoils on top of it. And now I'm working on the Defeat Wargs in the Eastmanet Advanced. And that's another 5 LOTRO points. Let's go ahead and see what's in the blue bag of spoils that I picked up here. 30 marks and 3 medallions. I could definitely use those. Okay, so let's see if I can find the source of the corruption. Okay, it's... Looks like it's due north and quite a ways. 600 meters, so we'll go ahead and mount up for this ride. Alright, now we're coming up to about 150 meters away. Should be somewhere around here. You discovered Krakabor. There we go. Still 76 meters, still on the other side of the hill. Okay, well, I cleared off the hill then. There's a Twickenburg soldier down here. There he is. There it is.
Our mission is dire.
I could not do my duty. I've been standing here trying to rally my courage ever since the sergeant first sent me out, but I cannot seem to go in. Do you feel that terrible shadow upon the very air? Alright. Let me get buffed up, and we'll go ahead and see what's going on. Dead creatures walk as if alive. Explore further to find out what disturbed them. New quest. Rest for the unrest. Drawl can be found in the Wold's Croft and the Southern Wold. You should defeat as many of them as you can. And it says I should defeat 12. Okay. I'll go ahead and give myself that in a minute. Let me go ahead and clear this room out. There we go. Ancient Evil Slayer of the Eastmanet. That's the base quest, so I still have the advanced one. Now I'm working on the advanced one, which is 200. And there's another 5 LOTRO points right there. You hear something unusual in the room ahead and should go up the stairs to investigate. Awaken my min. Oh shit! Deal with this intruder at once. The Grim Southron and a shadowy wraith. Oh, hell, he's behind me. There we go. Oh, crap. Back off. There we go. Oh, crap. He was one of them. Holy shit. Okay, I'll take those tattered shadow. I thought he was part of the encounter. And now I need to burn the tombs of the Draug. I was not expecting to see a Grim Southron. Or the Grim Southron. That was fun. You have burned the tombs of the dead in the Wold's Crofton. Hopefully this will be enough to ensure they do not return to trouble the living. And I can't follow the Grim Southron. But I am feeling dread in this room. Oh. All right. Yeah, well, dang. Yeah, I know. I was not expecting another wraith to all of a sudden appear. I thought that was part of the encounter. Rest for the unrest.
Will you aid the horse lords?
Those Draug need to be put back to rest. Many warriors here are suspicious of the dead and the omen of them walking around the living. Good deeds will put their hearts at ease, my friend. And source of the corruption.
Our mission is dire.
A Nazgul of Mordor was behind it all? I'd heard of the Nazgul's involvement in the sacking of Langhorn. I suspect from your findings that the servants of Mordor are rallying allies. That is a disturbing thought, indeed. Ooh, light saddle of the Wold. Mount appearance. Corruption quencher. How does it look? No. No. And the leggings are light, and that's heavy. So we'll just take the most expensive one and we'll sell it.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Flock of spies. Do you see the Crebain watching us from above? They are from Krakabor, and I have seen them gathered upon the crest of that high hill. My heart warns that these are no ordinary birds. The Crebain seem guided by some unseen hand. They move about as if with purpose. See how they stare? I cannot help but feel that I'm being spied upon. I would appreciate if you could climb Krakabor and find out what you can about those vile birds. Oh, really? You want me to go out and take out the Crebain? Aw, man. I thought you were going to give me something difficult. And feathers of a flock. Crebain gather upon Krakabor, the highest hill near Twickenburg. These fell birds give unease to the warrior station nearby. Defeat 10 of them. And I'm collecting feathers of a flock. I need to collect Crebain feathers. Ooh, there's a sinister object that's over here, too. We'll inspect that. Okay, I just need... Oh, that's all of them. Okay, so let's inspect that sinister object real quick. You've discovered the nest of Blackbeak. You should defeat this vile Crebain. How about I do it in one shot? Defeated Blackbeak. Alright. Let's go ahead and head back to Twickenburg and... Tarnished Crest of Rohan. Ancient crest is sought after by Eastmanet crafters. Ooh, okay. We'll have to do some research on what that does. Company. Back off. And there you go. Request to turn in. Feathers of the flock.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
The feathers you collected from the Crevine will be very useful. We use them for arrows, bedding, and all sorts of things. Better for us to have them than those evil birds. I agree. Flock that ran afoul.
Welcome, my friend.
Hopefully, reducing the number of Crevane spies will remind the Nazgul that we are not going to roll over. If they want the Wold to fall, they will have to do better. And enhancement runes.
Your aid is welcome, friend.
Flock of spies. You found an evil object upon the crest of Krakabor? Perhaps it was the work of that Nazgul you spied earlier. He may have summoned the Crevane. The Blackbirds are surely spies for some evil plot. Let me go ahead, and I've got some mounted combat traits to spend. I have 8 points available, so let's go ahead and just max out armor. And then we'll spend 1 here in heavy hand. And it looks like he has a new quest for me.
Welcome. Stay a moment and speak with me.
Onwards to Floodwend. Thank you for your efforts in assisting us here at Twickenburg. I am in your debt. I have heard troubling news from Floodwend, a settlement to our south. Orcs and other enemies have begun harassing them. There you will find the young Thane Rodwig, who recently lost his father. His mother Edda counsels him, and the assistance you give them will be welcome, I am sure. Looks like I'm off to Floodwend. Which actually is the next part of the epic quest, Book 8, Chapter 2. So it looks like we'll just head down there now. And there's level 81. I have a bunch of stuff to go through too. We'll work on that when I get to Floodwind. But let me go ahead and spend these points real quick. Because oh no, only 1 point available? Anything that I need over here? Quick shot focus. I mean, I've been using that a lot. So that's an application chance to gain an additional focus. And that increases my split shot. Let's do that. Let's do split shot. There's another morale circle over there. That's good to know. And here we are at Floodwind. Let me see. Is there... Yeah, there's a... Ooh, there's a... Okay, let me go ahead. There's the millstone. Let's go ahead and use that. Pick up the stable master. Those are the 2 things I like to do at every city. Friend. And then we'll go ahead and now we're free to start working on quests. Okay. So, for Book 8, Chapter 2, Troubles at Floodwind, I need to talk here to Goldak and find out what's going on. So we'll start there.
Easterlings have been testing the Great River, seeking places to ford.
You've come from Harwick. The Thane I was hoping for more men, but I suppose you will have to do. The Easterlings have been testing the Great River, trying to find safe places at which to ford in between the 2 undeeps. They have a large camp to the northeast, but our people kept an eye on them, and they seek another way to strike at us. Perhaps they thought just below the rapids would be safe, or perhaps they fear their commanders more than rushing waters. A great many perished trying to cross just below San Gabir. Not all, however, not all by half. Many of the Easterlings survived the crossing and had been marshalling their forces for an attack on Floodwind. Many of their belongings are scattered and damaged by the waters, but they still sneak and recover enough to arm themselves to attack the city. We need you to strike them along the banks of the Underwind, just to the east below the cliffs. You should also steal from them what belongings survived the crossing. I can definitely do that. But I also do need to talk to the Thane of Floodwend, who's going to be over here in the mead hall. So let's start there. Actually, I can turn in those 3 men of the Wold tasks real quick. Let's do that real quick. Oh, and it looks like there's a... the end of every week, there is a 10 task quest, and if you're able to complete it before it expires, you get what you end up and get is you get a universal optional crafting ingredient. That's a very important crafting item that guarantees a 100% chance of success for the advanced craft. For instance, if I wanted to make some Eastmanet armor, if I wanted to make some of this light armor here, let's say I wanted to make these assault gloves of Eom. No, actually I need something that's got an advance. Yes? There we go. Let's say I wanted to make the Eastmanet campaign leggings. If I had the piece of oak bark, I would get a 35% bonus chance when I craft it to make the leggings. Or if I had a universal optional crafting ingredient, I can guarantee that I would get the success. And if you use them both, I mean, in this case, if I wanted to make this, for 3 universal ingredient packs and 1 universal optional crafting ingredient, I can craft the tactical Eastmanet assault leggings. However, there's one disadvantage to all of this. Anytime you use universal ingredient packs, it is bound to your account. You cannot trade it or give it to anybody else. Let's go ahead and finish this real quick. Now I'll be going over more about crafting. I'll be doing a deep dive of it when I do my next Bardic College of Bree video, which is in the works. I've been working on writing up what I need to do. I just don't have it ready for production yet. I'll need a few more days. I'm hoping to get it done sometime over the weekend or early next week. And there we go. There's my 10 quests, because I can only do 10 at a time, unless I want to spend 10 mithril coins to do another 10. But because I did complete the 10, I picked up another one of those universal optional crafting ingredients. And I also picked up 3,000 faction toward the Men of the Wold. So it does make sense. Okay. With 3 Eastmanet Taylor, let's maybe I can get something I could use. Already known, and already known. Already known. Already known. 5, 10, 14, 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Just double check. That is that, and that is of that, and that is of that, and that is of that. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk to Radwig.
What brings you to these lands?
Ah, a traveling warrior. Such interesting folk really grace our town. It was good of Tildak to send you, for you've come at just the right time. Floodwend has enemies on almost every side, and we've not received supplies or traders from Harwick or the Norcross in several weeks.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
The many opinions of Floodwend. My mother and I are having a bit of a disagreement. I realize I am newly made Thane, but my father was a great man, and I aspire to do as he would have done. I believe we should ride out and meet our enemies on the field and drive them from our lands. Mother, on the other hand, wishes to shelter and hide here in Floodwend. I do not think my father would have wished this, but I do not reject my mother's counsel lightly. Will you ask my people what they think? Okay.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
I am Etta, the principal counselor and advisor in all matters of Floodwend. My son is young, yet to bear all the responsibilities of a Thane, and so I help where I must. Radwig is not ready to ride into war, and war it is upon our fair fields and forests. We must invest all of our strength in defenses and dissuade the enemy from venturing near our city. I think you will find that many agree with me, if you ask around. Etta believes that Radwig will fail if he rides into battle. So I need to talk to 3 of the guards.
Our mission is dire.
I can hear the howl of the war coming from the forest to the northwest. Those are some odd sounds coming from the forest to our south as well. For the most part, things have been quiet at this gate. Do not think the beasts will attack our city, but are those sitting here idly and listening while they take over our forest? Why do we not ride out and rid our lands of the vile beasts? This guard seems to be of the same mind as Radwig, and I tend to agree. Best defense is a good offense. Mel, the cook on Alice. Besides, I have my loyal goose of Gondor. Her flapping wings will keep away all the evil spirits.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
Things have been very quiet. Almost too quiet, if you ask me. I have not seen much of anything lately, neither enemy nor ally. Would you like to hear what I really think? The lack of Rohirrim coming to and from is more concerning than the lack of enemies. We should bolster our defenses, and quickly, if you ask me. I do not know what enemies move about our lands, but I am worried. This guard wishes to defend the town from attacks, as Etta counsels. So we'll go to the 3rd guard and see what they suggest.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
The road to the south has been ominous for a while, until the road toward the east wall was crawling with orcs and uruks. A number of orcs seem to have moved into the forest right outside of Floodwend as of late, and I would guess that they came from the east wall. We have defenses already set up in the forest to deal with any foes, so I believe we should be on our guard here in Floodwend. Climb to the tower behind the mean hall and look to the forest. This guard, like Edda, wishes to see the town well defended. So let's go take a look at the forest and see what we're having to deal with here. So let's take a look at the guard post. This is a good location to look toward the forest. Orcs cling to the forest in great numbers, but do not set foot beyond the tree's edge. Okay.
Our mission is dire.
I suppose that is fair then. If nearly everyone agrees we should bolster our defenses, then bolster them we must. My mother was likely right in her counsel. I will follow her direction, but perhaps you might be able to help me since you are free to do as you will here. The young Thane relents, and his mother appears satisfied that her counsel was taken.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I'm glad my son came around. Seeing to our defenses is the only wisdom at such a time. He wishes to be like his father, but his father died from his rash bravery. So I will talk to Radwig now and see what new quest he has.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
A work site overrun. Well, I will abide by my mother's wishes. You are at least free to march into battle. Are you the sort of warrior that would wish to ride out and defeat foes on their own turf? You tell the Thane that you have done such feats countless times and would welcome the opportunity to rid the lands of the evil that lurks here. You will go then. I admire your boldness. Hope to hear many stories of your might upon your return. The wargs are our biggest concern right now, for they hold our wood stores hostage. Gather wood from the abandoned work site. And need to defeat Easterlings and salvage belongings as well, but I think they're in opposite directions. Maybe not. Yes, they are. Well, sort of. Oh, and there's also a war band. Bograk. Let's head toward the work site. I want to see if I can take out that war band. Alright, looks like I gotta go through the southern gate. Oh, I gotta go across the bridge. Now, I don't know if I can take out the warband or not. Some of the warbands are actually designed for small fellowships, and there are a few that are designed for full fellowships. So, but, the warband is gone. Oh, damn, somebody must have already taken him out. Well, poopy. That sucks. You discovered Nin's stats. Mordor worker? Back off. Haha. Alright, so which way do I need to go? Oh, there's the warband. It's right, still right there. Okay, let's head to the warband. I want the warband. Bingo. Warband Book Rock. So let's see here. What is he? He is... Ooh! Small Fellowship. This one's going to be tough. This one is going to be tough, because this is designed for a small fellowship. Here he is. Oh, crap. He's got 32. Let's take care of the archers first. Back off. Got him. Yes. Got him. The orc Bokrok has gained quite a reputation around the Wold as an unstoppable foe, yet you killed him. The people of Rohan appreciate your efforts, and if you notice, instead of a blue box of Wold spoils, this one's a red box. A collection of rewards for defeating the enemy's warbands roaming the Wold. So let's see what's in the red box. Ooh, a Harwick banner and 41 marks. A banner with the emblem of Harwick. That's a housing item. Cool. And there's the Beast Slayer of the Eastmanet. Huntsmen in the Eastmanet of Rohan find no lack of beasts for prey. The grasslands are rife with all sorts of creatures. And it looks like that's the basic one. The advanced one is 200 also. And there's another 5 LOTRO points. There we go. All right. I can pick up these salvage belongings. And there's 2 more tattered shadows. Okay. So now how the hell do I get out of here? I can head that way. Yeah, actually I do want to head that way because that'll take me to where I need to go and get the wood. So we'll do that. Looks like I want to head up this way. Yep. Looks like I need to get up there, so probably heading this way will help. Let's see which way. Okay, now we're coming into the area where I need to find the wood stores that I have to rescue. Ooh, Wold on a warg. There's one of the wargs that I need. Cleansing the Wold of Warg packs. Remote quest. Wargs roam freely about the Howling Wood near Floodwend, forcing the Rohirrim to abandon a valuable work site, and they must be driven out. So I need to take care of 8 of them. And rescue 7 of these wood piles. And another remote quest, Trophies of the Hunters. Warg pelts can be collected as trophies from the Howling Wood. Pelts can be found on the wargs that were recently moved into the work site to the east of Floodwend. You should collect warg pelts. Okay. A great growl can be heard in the word here. Cool. It means there must be a named warg somewhere around. Let's run my track of beasts real quick and see if I can find the named. There's a warg matron. I'm not really seeing a named warg yet. And a corpse from someone out here. Let's go ahead and get buffed up real quick. Oh, there's the matron. You've defeated the matron of this den of wargs. Looks like that was the one I was looking for. I thought there was a named one, which is why I didn't trigger on the... You've defeated the warg matron of the Howling Wood, responsible for spawning and protecting the pack that settled so near Floodwend. With the matron defeated, the good Held Rim of Floodwend are safe and hope to reclaim this abandoned work site. Always nice when you get a little help. It makes life a lot easier. You've collected many trophies of the wargs that prowl the Howling Wood near Floodwend. These will hang on the walls of Floodwend's homes as a sign of courage and their valor against the evil beasts. Ooh, a rich Rittermark Skarn deposit. Nice. Can always use that. Discovered North Tor. Alright, let's head back to Floodwend, which is down this way. Alright, let's head to the Mead Hall. Talk to Radwig. Let the Thane know of our victories. Two quests to turn in. First one is a work site overrun.
Will you aid the Horse Lords?
You succeeded. I am so impressed, my friend. Your deeds inspire me. While we have sat here pounding nails and sharpening swords, you've actually cleared the wood of that howling menace and took back our supplies. It is amazing what one hunter could do. Cleansing the wold of work paths.
What brings you to these lands?
I asked you to tell me stories of your battle against the wolves in our forest, and you did not disappoint me. I long to wet my own blade with the blood of the foes. I am my father's son. I was not made to sit in stuffy halls and let my sword arm grow weak with disuse. Looks like I have 2 more points to spend. There we go. So there's Heavy Hand. You are in tune with your steed's movements, allowing you to deal greater damage from critical hits. Let's see, next I want to go to Physical Specimen, which is Phys Mastery, or Tact Mastery. We want Phys Mastery. I don't need Tactical Mastery. The difference between those, Physical Mastery is dealing with swords and bows and axes and swords, and Tactical Mastery is when you're dealing with spells like Rune Keeper and Lore Master. That's the big difference between the two.
The Rohirrim have need of your services.
Machines of War. While you were gone, we lost control of one of our watchtowers, and the orcs who took it renamed the encampment Ninstaz. These enemies are from Mordor. Mordor. I understand you've experience with such foes. Now I will go along myself and fight them, and I hope you will join me. Mother wishes to say something. Well, please do not take long, and I will meet you out on the field of battle at Ninstaz. So why does Edda protest? I wonder why.
Our mission is dire.
Do not encourage him. Radwig is no warrior yet, and he endangers his life with such mad ideas. No, Radwig, you must not go to this orc encampment. You shall not go out. It is too dangerous.
Our mission is dire.
Nonsense. My father would have never stood by while the forces of Mordor captured our defenses. I will go and fight these orcs. How else will I command the respect of my people? My mother cannot change my mind. I will see you at Ninstaz. I look forward to drawing my sword with yours. I will go, and there will be no more discussion on the matter. Let us meet on the field. I do admire his courage, but I wonder if she may be right. One of the things I've learned, sometimes discretion is the better part of valor. But I will go out there and I will meet Radwig on the field, and we will see what we need to do. But honestly, everything should be fine. I have my loyal goose of Gondor out there, and the flapping of his wings will keep any evil away. Excuse me, the flapping of her wings. My apologies. And here he is. And he's got he's got 2 guards with him, so.
What brings you to these lands?
My mother sent these guards to keep me out of harm's way, and now they will not let me anywhere near Ninstags than this. So many orcs, yet I learned to prove myself in battle. Her heart goes out to this bold young man, but it is clear that this is not the time for him to be fighting. He was brave for venturing out, but he is not ready, and he is more of a use to his folk alive than dead. You tell him what you think. Thank you, my friend, for taking on this burden. I will remain here. I have not seen enough of war. I encourage the youth of Harwick to remain safe with his guards, for these mortal orcs are fierce, and his people do need him. Orchestrating the siege.
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
I'm worried about the leaders of this new orc encampment, my friend. Will you defeat the overseers of this rabble? The siege machines being assembled down there look to be a most threatening force for Floodwend. Destroy siege machines and Mordor overseers. Okay, I didn't know there was anything in here. So defeat overseers and siege machines, like that one right there. New quest, warmongering slaves. Ninstad is southeast of Floodwend, just out of sight of the town's walls, and it is full of orcs from Mordor, all working hard to build a deadly offense to be rallied against Floodwend. And stealing from the enemy, another new quest. Orcs build haunting presence, what's going on? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Ah, over here? There. Oh, crap. It's a mournful. Got it. I'll take those 6 tattered shadows. Thank you very much. Oh, and I got my own. Oh, only a shadowy, though. That's 18 so far for the day. Nice. There's the 3 overseers. Almost got the wood. Almost got the orcs. The forces of Mordor will employ their orc slaves for any task, be it soldiers of war or mindless workers to chop wood and assemble weapons. As long as the orcs endure, the enemy will never cease to have power. And there we go. Stealing from the enemy. The supplies you capture from the orcs will be put to far better use in the hand of Floodwind's people. You did well to retrieve the wood stockpiles from the grip of Mordor. Machines of war.
Will you aid the horse lords?
It was a pleasure to watch you fight. I've never seen such bravery on the training ground. When I saw you fight, I imagined my father in battle, and it gave me heart. You were good to destroy those siege machines. They would have done Floodwend much harm. The next time the orcs attack our lands, it will be me hewing at their limbs.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
Leading Floodwend's demise. The overseer and Ninstads were an orcish version of our sergeants, but they must have a true leader, a Thane, but in the dark fashion of Mordor. He will be the most dangerous one of all. It's imperative to remove their leader to slow their advance on the town of Floodwend. So I need to defeat their war leader from Mordor. I can do that. And the other one is orchestrating the siege.
Will you aid the horse lords?
You were very brave to deal with the leaders of Ninstad. Floodwend would not have survived the assault they led, especially with those siege weapons under their sway. Not many warriors could have done what you did, and I am very pleased to have you on our side. I am glad to have helped. And he has one more quest for me. Plans of the assault.
Our success depends upon our strength. Will you aid us?
The orcs of Ninstad built siege weapons too near the walls of Floodwend and are likely formulating a plan of assault. Can you search the encampment below for anything that might tell us what the orcs had in mind for Floodwend? Their leader is down over here, so... And that's the end of that. There's a second set of war plans that I need. Okay. Alright, so now I just need one more set of war plans. Bring the war plans to Thane Radwig. Return to Radwig and Floodwend. Alright, we'll go ahead and port back. Go ahead and turn in these quests to the Thane first, and then we will go ahead and continue on with the epic. Leading Floodwend's demise.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
I'm sorry I was not allowed to fight by your side. Someday the men loyal to my mother will show their loyalty to me, and I will be able to act the part of a true Thane, not some cowed boy child. I was inspired for your feats at Ninstad, and it was a pleasure to watch a free warrior do what was right.
What brings you to these lands?
Now my son is angry at me and talking nonsense about battle and freedom. I do not appreciate this meddling. Wish you would stay out of the affairs of Floodwend. Aldor Harding sent you, and for that reason I did not set my guards to knock you out of town. But I must insist that you cease this meddling with my son. He is only a boy. Hold on 1 second, please.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Okay, I'll go ahead and turn in this quest here. Plans for the assault. How fascinating. Each of these 3 parchments crudely describes a different assault plan upon Floodwend. Bleedus indicates a collaboration between orcs and the Easterlings. This must be the work of the Nazgul to rally the men and orcs, even to do Scrabble over the particulars. This does not bode well for Floodwend. And there is 55 quests in the Wold. I got the title now of Wold Adventurer, and I picked up another 5 LOTRO points. Not bad. And Edda has a new quest
The
for me.
Rohirrim will need your aid.
Report to North Tor. I'd actually swung by there already. I've been by there. That is enough talk, Radwig. You mustn't wish for such things. The Mean Hall is safe for you, and here you may protect your people. You should not be anxious to throw your life away. The road has been eerily empty for some time. Will you not go to North Tor, our nearest outpost, and see how they fare? It will be easier for my son to accept his role when you are not standing before him, perhaps. How? Alright, well, we'll head to North Tor, but we will do that on the next stream, because that phone call that I just picked up was my partner who needs my assistance. So, I would like to thank everyone for joining me today. We accomplished a lot, picked up a lot of rewards today, and I will be continuing this quest on Sunday for Sword and Shield Sunday. We'll continue this. We may go ahead and do the Yule stuff. We'll have to see how I feel. But let me go ahead for now. Let me pop this open. And let me go ahead and see who is also doing Lord of the Rings online right now and how long they've been on. Lariena is on right now. Grumpy Bear Plays. He's doing Star Wars. Doesn't look like there's really anybody on because I think Lariena is going to be ending his time soon. And Grumpy Bear isn't doing LOTRO, he's doing SWOTOR right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and end my stream here. So again, I would like to thank everyone for joining me. I hope you have a good day. I will be back on Sunday. Same bat time, same bat channel right here on Twitch. And these VODs will be over on my YouTube channel, and I have a Discord server. So please join me spread the love, and I will see you all very, very soon. Be safe and goodbye, my friends.